This is your WCFW Daily News Roundup for 105.7 CFW in Chippewa Falls and 93.5 The Tap in Eau Claire.
For 105.7 CFW News, I'm James Kelly. U.S. Department of Agriculture officials are reminding Wisconsin dairy farmers to check if they're eligible for disaster recovery assistance as a result of the late winter storm this week. Farmers can report things like crop, livestock, and infrastructure-related losses to their local USDA Farm Service agency to determine their eligibility for disaster assistance. FSA officials say late winter snowstorms like this can lead to serious issues for dairy producers, specifically impacting things like livestock health, transportation, and feed supplies. Dairy producers who experienced a higher rate of livestock deaths than normal could be eligible for the Livestock Indemnity Program. Those with issues related to feed and grazing losses could receive funding through the Emergency Assistance for Livestock, Honeybees, and Farm-Raised Fish Program, and producers who suffered infrastructure damage could receive assistance through the Farm Storage Facility Loan Program. More information on what dairy producers need to receive disaster assistance and other programs they can apply for are available on the USDA website. The Family Support Center in Chippewa Falls has announced it received a $45,000 donation from Northwestern Bank. According to organization officials, the donation funding will go towards supporting their programs and operations aimed at improving the lives of victims of domestic violence. Family Support Center officials say they provided assistance services to over 1,000 victims last year and that they would not be able to continue providing those services without the continued partnership and support of Northwestern Bank. Outdoor enthusiasts in the Chippewa Valley are invited to attend the annual Wisconsin Sports Show this weekend. The 16th iteration of the event will run through Sunday at the Chippewa Valley Expo Center in Eau Claire, featuring vendors showing off things like recreational vehicles, presentations from conservation groups, and retail opportunities. There will also be an indoor petting zoo and concessions. The Wisconsin Sports Show will be open from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Saturday, and 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Sunday. Admission is $10, and kids under 10 can attend for free. For 105.7 CFW News, I'm James Kelly.
With Civic Media News, I'm Stace Keene. 3 more Wisconsin Republicans are headed for the exit, including Kevin Peterson, Devin LeMahieu, and Rick Gundrum. Peterson is from the 57th District in the Fox Valley and says he's proud of his time in the Assembly and thanked his staff, colleagues, and constituents. Senate Majority Leader LeMahieu from Oostburg says he's ready for a new chapter and wants to spend more time at home. Gundrum is from the 58th Assembly District in central Wisconsin. He says he's looking forward to family and travel after 20 years in local, county, and state government. LeMahieu is the 4th Republican state senator not seeking re-election this fall, joining Racine's Van Wangard, Brookfield's Rob Hutton, and Whitewater's Steve Nass. In the Assembly, Gundrum is also the 4th GOP member stepping aside, along with Speaker Robin Voss of Rochester, Speaker Pro Tem Kevin Peterson of Waupaca, and Representative Dave Murphy of Hortonville. Public school enrollment is shrinking again across the state of Wisconsin. State data showing public schools lost more than 14,000 students this year, with 68 of the state's 72 counties seeing declines. Overall, enrollment dropped nearly 2% as compared to last year, continuing a long-term slide that's pushing some districts to consider closing or combining districts and schools. A new report from the Wisconsin Policy Forum says the state has been losing students faster than the national average for more than 2 decades, though the gap has started to shrink recently. And Bayfield County is standing apart from its up north neighbors over the Line 5 pipeline project. The county board there voted 10-2 last month to reject an agreement with Enbridge that would have reimbursed the county for emergency and law enforcement calls at the construction site. The district attorney in Bayfield County said taking that money could make it look like law enforcement is working for the company, not the public. Some supervisors have argued that Enbridge should still help to pay for the extra costs. Iron and Ashland counties have already said yes to that same deal. More news is available at civicmedia.us.
The Badgers season ends. Hi, I'm Mike Clemens with sports men's college basketball. The Wisconsin Badgers lose in an upset to the High Point Panthers, 83-82. The Panthers hitting 3-point shots 15 times in the game. Did the Badgers have a bad performance? Head coach Greg Gard.
I didn't think we played bad. I thought they beat us. They beat us. They were banging in that many threes. That was their chance to do that. And credit to them. Tip your cap to them. That they were able to make shots and take more and make more than they have in a long time.
The Badgers' Nick Boyd after the loss.
Disappointing. It's the name of the game, man. You win, you lose. You got to keep your head up, get yourself back up, and, keep keep fighting. I mean, I ain't disappointed about nothing. It is what it is.
NBA, the Bucks blown out in Utah by the Jazz, 128-96.
We played awful, didn't play with any competitive spirit tonight.
That's Bucks head coach Doc Rivers. With sports, I'm Mike Clemens.
Chippewa Valley weather.
Partly to mostly cloudy today with a high in the mid to upper 50s here this afternoon. Tonight it'll be mostly cloudy down to 37 for a low. Tomorrow a spectacular day with sunshine and a high in the upper 60s to near 70 tomorrow afternoon. I'm meteorologist Sean Cable. Currently it's 42.
That's your WCFW and the TAP Daily News Roundup from Civic Media. Subscribe to this podcast on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you find your podcasts. Find more news at WCFW.FM or thetap.fm.